What's up, Heart and Soul family? We're back for another video, and you picked the topic this week. We're talking about trash talk. That's right. We're gonna talk about the pros of trash talk and the cons of trash talk. Let's get to it. Alright guys, before we get into any content today, I think it's important that you ask yourself these two questions. If I engage and participate in trash talk, does that help my performance? Does that benefit me? And if I react and respond to somebody who's trash talking to me, right, does that benefit me? Does that help my performance? Or does that distract me? At the end of the day, your style is your style. Right? I want to talk about the pros and cons of receiving and taking in trash talk, but at the end of the day, you got to know who you are as an athlete and what's going to best benefit you. What's going to enhance your performance? If it's going to enhance your performance, cool. If not, we want to start confronting this topic and think about, man, am I engaging in stuff that's really not helping me? Really not helping me or my team, right? So that's the question for today. All right, so the pros. Basically, this is the deal. Everybody has their own competitive mindset, and everybody locks into that mindset and switches on that mindset in their own unique ways. Trash talking might be your way of doing that, right? So trash talking could help you stay in a competitive state, an aggressive state, an assertive state, and stay in that confident state that you want to be in. That might be the switch for you, right? So your ability to talk confidently, talk arrogantly about your skills and abilities, challenge somebody else's skills and abilities might be exactly what you need to stay focused, to stay engaged, to stay in the moment, and really just have fun with what you're doing. And that's totally fine. Another pro of this is obviously it could distract your opponent. So trash talking really is a tactic to gain an advantage, right? So it's really a mind game. So if you're challenging your opponent and you know it's distracting them, well, there you have it. That is a pro. Before we go into the cons, though, I want to make this clear. That trash talking, like I said, it's a confidence, it's kind of an arrogant type of thing, right? And really, if you can't step onto the field and step onto the court and really be able to talk confidently about your skills and abilities, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it in an unsportsmanlike way or with profanity and things like that. But if you can't even say it in your own head, right, let alone your opponent, then we're talking about confidence issues, right? So whether or not you're a trash talker or you like trash talk, I think in general, I think the idea of being able to step on the field and own your abilities, own really what you're there to do, believe in what you got to do, and believe in your skills and abilities, that's something that should be key. Whether it goes on in here or whether it comes out your mouth, either way, I think it's important to think about, and you want to be able to do that. Alright, so the cons. So here's the deal. Before you play an opponent, how many of you guys scout your opponent, right? You think about the star player, the best player, the person you're going to be guarding, going up against, lining up against, whatever it is, and you scout them out. And frankly, we don't just scout with skills and abilities. We scout those players who have other things that they might struggle with. For one, controlling their emotions, right? So basically when it comes to trash talking, or this mind game that we might play, you very well could be targeted by the opposing team, by the opposing coach. And that's what I mean when we have to confront this topic and really think deeply about it. Because we can engage in trash talk, it's fun, it gets people riled up, it gets you riled up, this and that, right? But at the end of the day, if you're leading your league, if you're leading your team in technical fouls, ejections, things like that, you're commonly known to be, getting into it with the ref, for things like that, then we really have to think about, man, this isn't really helping me, right? If anything, I'm really falling into the game plan of my opponent. Like we said before, trash talking is a tactic to gain an advantage. It's intended to cause you to lose focus. It's intended to distract you. It's intended for you to second guess your abilities and kind of get all, really get frustrated, right? So just know that teams are smart enough to know that, and if you're engaging in this trash talk, you very well could be falling into your opponent's game plan. Okay, so that's really important to think about. Here's a clip of Draymond Green. He leads the NBA in technical fouls, and he's well known for his trash talking. A great player though. He's going to talk about why he engages in trash talk. What does that do for him? What does that do for his team? Check it out.
You know, my team look for me to be that guy who gonna go at whoever. I mean, I don't always want to go at the weakest dude. You know, I know anytime I can get him. When KD wasn't with us, I go at KD. I go at Russ. I want the best player. I want to go at the best player. So anytime we play the Cavs, I'm always go at Bron. He the head of the snake. But if I can get him, get in his head, get him in his feelings, then we on our way.
And lastly, guys, as always with these Mental Skill Monday videos, I gotta give you something you can immediately implement into your game. And here's this. Before you step into any game, it's important that you have a game plan in general, right? But specifically when it comes to trash talking, right? So you want to have a plan on how you're going to respond, if you're going to respond at all. Right, so if you know you're going to play against a scrappy team, or you know it's going to get heated, whatever, rivals, whatever it might be, you want to have a game plan, all right? So how are you going to respond? Are you going to smile? Are you going to give them a wink, right? Are you going to laugh it off? Are you going to have a statement, you know, you're going to say something back, right? That's really up to you, and I'm going to let you choose that. But before you make that decision, make sure your decision, your response, your reaction is going to benefit you, is going to keep you focused on the game plan. It's going to keep you engaged. It's going to keep you composed. It's going to keep you under control. That's what it comes down to. All right, so make sure you understand that when you get into it. A few mental skills that could help though. First off, self-talk, right? So self-talk is the dialogue you have with yourself out loud or in your own head. And for one, trash talk really doesn't have to be something you say out loud. It could be something you have going on in your own mind throughout the whole game, right? So maybe you're on the mound, you're pitching, and you're trash talking this dude in your head as he's getting ready to line up in that batter's box, right? Or whatever sport you play, right? So again, this could be beneficial. So you don't get penalized for it, but it's solely for you to get you hyped up, to get you aggressive, and to really increase your confidence, right? Or maybe having a mantra. So I don't know if you watched Last Chance U on Netflix, but one of the players has a mantra, and he says, "I'm built different." Right, and it's so cool because really, I mean, for one, he uses it as trash talk, right? I'm built different, right? You're not cut like me. Yeah, you don't know who you're messing with, right? But at the same time, it's something he can say to himself throughout the game of, I'm built different, right? So he locks into his purpose. He locks into his confidence. You know, he's believing in his skills and abilities. I mean, he's meant to be here. He's meant to compete. He's about to go out there and hit somebody, right? I'm built different. So it's a sense of confidence. So it's something to think about. Self-talk, it definitely can be something to use to refocus yourself if somebody is engaging you in trash talk and you really don't want to kind of get into that, right? So any kind of word or phrase that's going to get you back on track and not to engage in that. And lastly, we have using the breath. So I mean, we're going to talk about a million different topics on this channel, and I promise you I'm always going to go back to this. Using the breath, deep breathing is something that is super powerful. You will never be able to control your performance until you can control yourself, and using the breath is something that is super powerful when it comes to being able to keep yourself composed, keep yourself within, control, right? So if someone's engaging you in trash talk, or really you have the urge to say something back, again, you can use a mantra or a phrase, or really you can just use your breath, right? Deep breath for a second. You're grounding yourself back into the present moment. You're not worried about the next play. You're not worried about the last play. You're not worried about that dude, that girl, the bad call from the ref, whatever it is. You're bringing yourself back internal for a minute, right, to refocus, and then you can kind of get back into the game and figure out what you're doing. But really, it's just a strategy to keep yourself composed. And really, breathing is super important anyways when it comes to performance. Keep yourself loose, keep yourself kind of just still and really focused and clear-minded. So it's something to think about. At the end of the day, guys, like I said, you've got to answer the question, does trash talk actually help me? Does it keep me focused? Does it keep me competitive, keep me aggressive? Or is it causing me to kind of get out of control and make selfish moves and decisions that are not really going to benefit my team and really cause me to lead, my team and lead in technical fouls and things like that? It doesn't really help you. So I'm going to see you back here on this channel next Monday for the next video. Stay passionate, stay headstrong, and let's see you next week. See ya.
That's a shame. That's too easy, man. I'm telling you, I'm on a whole different level. I'm on a whole nother level.